So you did it. You got through the resumes, the interviews, all the case studies, and you finally have that product manager job offer. It's an amazing feeling, right? Okay, let's dive into how to handle this exact moment, because what you do next can literally define the financial path of your entire career. I know you want to celebrate, but just pause for a second. Your immediate reaction when you get that offer, that is your single point of highest leverage. Accepting right on the spot, it's kind of like leaving a huge pile of money just sitting on the table. So the offer's here, but this isn't the finish line. It's really the starting block for your first big move as a product manager. It's a decision that's going to need some strategy, some data, and yeah, a little bit of courage. Let's be crystal clear about something. You are expected to negotiate. For a PM, this isn't just okay, it's practically part of the job description. So let's reframe this. It's not a scary confrontation, it's a core skill. Think about the compounding effect here. Every future raise, every bonus, and pretty much every other job offer you get will be based on the number you lock in right now. A small bump today can become a massive difference over time. And how massive are we talking? Well, even a small $5,000 increase in your starting salary can easily compound to over $150,000 more in your pocket over your career, all thanks to compounding raises. Seriously, think about that. One short conversation for a lifetime of benefits. Here's probably the most important mindset shift you can make. You're not being greedy. You're being a product manager. What do PMs do? They influence people. They use data to make a case, and they advocate for value. This negotiation is your first real shot to prove you've got those skills. So how do you actually do it? This isn't about being aggressive or making demands. It's a process. And here's a simple 4-step playbook to guide you through it calmly and, more importantly, effectively. We're going to walk through how to find your market value, why you need to look beyond just the base salary, how to handle that conversation with the recruiter, and finally, how to ask for what you're worth using data. Step 1, you absolutely cannot walk into a negotiation blind. Your entire case has to be built on real market data. You have to understand the salary bands for your specific role, your experience level, your location, and the kind of company you're joining. And believe me, the company type matters a lot. A startup that's tight on cash will probably offer a lower base salary, but might make up for it with more equity. On the other hand, a big tech company has the money for a higher base salary and more structured bonuses. Your research has to reflect that. All right, step 2 is understanding what's called total compensation. Recruiters love to talk about the base salary, but that's just one slice of the pie. A really savvy PM looks at the entire financial package to figure out the true value of an offer. So let's break down the whole picture. First, you've got your base salary. That's your guaranteed money. Then there's often a signing bonus, which is a one-time cash boost. You also have stock or equity, which is your ownership stake. And finally, an annual performance bonus. The key is you can negotiate on any and all of these things. Step 3 is all about framing the conversation. This is where the game is often won or lost. When a recruiter asks you, "So what are your salary expectations?" Whatever you do, do not give them a number first. Whoever says a number first sets the anchor for the whole negotiation. Your job is to pivot and ask them for the approved salary range for the role. And finally, step 4, make your case. Now it's time for your counteroffer. But this isn't about what you want or what you need. It's about what the market says your skills are worth for this role. You're just going to present your research as the reason for your request. This script right here is perfect. It's positive, it's collaborative, you're telling them how excited you are, but it's also firm and backed by data. You're not making a demand, you're just sharing your research and inviting them to close that gap. You know, to really get this right, it helps to see what not to do. A lot of aspiring PMs stumble over a few common and frankly avoidable mistakes. The biggest fumble by far is basing the negotiation on your old salary. What you made in a totally different job is completely irrelevant. The only thing that matters is the market value for this role at this company today. Always anchor the conversation to market data. Another mistake is trying to sell yourself as a bargain. Companies don't hire the cheapest person they can find. They invest in the one who's going to deliver the most value. Underselling yourself just signals a lack of confidence. You're not a discount item, you're a strategic investment.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. So let's boil all of this down to a simple, final checklist you can use when that offer email finally hits your inbox.
First, always negotiate. It's expected. Second, do your homework. Know the numbers for your situation. Third, look at the whole package, not just the base pay. Fourth, justify your counteroffer with market data. And last, never ever forget, the hiring manager is waiting for you to do this. They've already budgeted for it. At the end of the day, this conversation is about so much more than money. It's about demonstrating the very skills that will make you a great product manager: strategic thinking, data-driven communication, and confident advocacy. This is your first test. Go ace it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like.